Keir Starmer was hoping for a defining moment, one that would showcase him as strong, decisive, and in control. Instead, his latest decision has completely backfired, and the timing couldn't be worse. In today's breakdown, we'll cover all the details. But first, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates. Also, a quick reminder, we have new LabourParty shirts available on our website. Check out the link in the description or visit British.com. Starmer's defense policy sparks controversy. Starmer has repeatedly spoken about putting Britain on a so-called war footing. However, recent developments are raising serious concerns about where his priorities truly lie. On one hand, he's advocating for the protection of Britain's defense industry from American takeovers. On the other, he continues funneling billions into foreign conflicts. At a major defense event in Westminster, Starmer declared that British aerospace and defense firms must remain under UK ownership. His remarks followed reports that US private equity giant Bain Capital is looking to acquire Chemring, a company that produces countermeasures for both the RAF and the US Air Force. His message was firm: keep them British. At first glance, this seems like a patriotic stance. But here's the real question: why is he drawing the line now? For years, British industries, from energy companies to key manufacturing firms, have been sold off to foreign investors under both Labour and Conservative governments. Yet, suddenly, Starmer is expressing concern over British ownership. At the same time, he's sending billions overseas to fund a war that even the US is stepping back from. His Defense Secretary, John Healey, defended the move, claiming the recent increase in defense spending reflects a commitment to supporting British industry. But there's a catch: much of that spending isn't even staying in Britain. Trump's decision puts Starmer in a difficult spot. To make matters worse for Starmer, former US President Donald Trump has taken a completely different stance on foreign military aid. After a tense exchange with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Trump paused military assistance to Ukraine. A senior Trump administration official stated, "This decision has sent shockwaves through Washington, with furious Democrats accusing Trump of playing into Putin's hands." Senator Jeanne Shaheen slammed the move, arguing, "But Trump isn't backing down." He even called out Zelensky directly after the Ukrainian leader admitted the war is still very, very far from over. Trump's response: while Trump pulls back, Britain and Europe are doubling down. The UK, alongside France and other European nations, has signaled a willingness to send troops to Ukraine if a ceasefire is reached, something Moscow has already dismissed outright. A UK government spokesperson insisted, however, while the US freezes aid, Britain is still pledging £3 billion a year to Ukraine and approving a £2.26 billion loan using sanctioned Russian assets. Starmer's strategy falls apart. So, what does all of this mean? While Starmer pushes to protect British defense companies, he is simultaneously sending billions abroad to support a war that even Washington is stepping back from. His attempt to appear strong and decisive is unraveling, leaving many questioning his real priorities. Has Starmer made the right call, or has this move been a huge mistake? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Rising costs put pressure on Rachel Reeves. In other news, Chancellor Rachel Reeves is facing mounting pressure as food inflation is expected to surpass 4% this year, tightening the financial strain on millions of households. With the ongoing cost of living crisis, families are being forced to cut back, hunt for cheaper options, and make difficult sacrifices just to stay afloat. The latest data shows food prices surged at their third highest monthly rate in a year, with essential items like butter, cheese, eggs, and bread leading the increases. According to the British Retail Consortium, BRC, inflation in the food sector hit 2.1% last month, up from 1.6% in January, and is projected to climb past 4% by late 2025. The latest BRC Nielsen IQ Shop Price Index reveals that February's food inflation is already outpacing the 3-month average of 1.8%, a worrying trend for consumers. BRC CEO Helen Dickinson warned that multiple factors are driving prices higher, including geopolitical tensions, a £7 billion financial burden from the autumn budget, an April increase in employer-paid national insurance. She also highlighted additional challenges, such as an upcoming packaging levy set to hit retailers in October and higher business rates on large properties starting in 2026. Without intervention, businesses and households alike could face even greater financial strain. She called for urgent measures, including delaying new packaging taxes and providing relief on business rates to help curb inflation. Meanwhile, Mike Watkins, head of retailer and business insights at Nielsen IQ, painted a bleak picture of household finances in the coming months, stating, "Migrant crisis sparks heated debate." Lastly, journalist Carol Malone has criticized French authorities for failing to prevent migrants from making the dangerous channel crossing, accusing them of standing by and doing nothing. Her anger follows a record-breaking influx, with over 500 people crossing in a single day, the highest this year. She also blasted the UK government's response, arguing that while they continue talking about stopping the boats, their biggest move so far has been appointing a border security commander who lives in Finland, a decision she ridiculed as impractical. Labour MP Susie Stride defended Starmer's handling of the crisis, insisting, former Tory MP Jake Berry countered, saying, "With both sides locked in debate, the migrant crisis remains one of the most contentious issues facing the UK."